Hi guys, my name's Carly and welcome back to my channel, The Planted Carly Flower. As promised, a tour of what I have so far put in the Milsbo cabinet in my bedroom. Now this is just for now. It's gonna change. I unfortunately have Hoyas in the mail coming to me and I'm not sure where I'm gonna put them yet. But so far, this is what I have in here. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so this is just a quick overview of the cabinet. This is the lower shelf and the upper shelf. This is what the upper shelf is like for conditions. 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 81% humidity. And the bottom is fluctuating between 81 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit and 80% humidity. See if I can get it fast enough. That is your Celsius. Of course, the humidity is changing already. Okay, so cabinet's open, fans are going. I'm going to go ahead and do it with the fans on. Hopefully that doesn't affect you hearing me too much. But let's get started over here. This is my Hoya Joy. I recently did a video about her. I'll link it somewhere up at the top. But yeah, my Hoya Joy. She's in pure cocoa husk. And she's living life. That video has all the information about her as far as how much I paid for her, where I got her, all that good stuff. So I won't go too in detail on Hoya Joy because I just did a video on her. So let's move on. You remember my water fountain in the back. That's where I'm getting my humidity, well, some of it from. Some of it's coming from the plants themselves. Okay, this is Hoya Petiolata. I hope I said that right. And she is new to pawn. I did receive this as an unrooted cutting. And yes, this whole thing was one unrooted cutting. And I rooted her in leca and recently transferred her to pawn. And she seems to be doing well with that. She has gotten these two leaves, and these two leaves are just coming in my care. This was also a leaf that came in my care, and there's another one coming in back there. These two, this little note here, looks like it's gonna pop some leaves out soon. I don't know if you can see that very well. But yeah, she's doing really good. And like I said, I just transferred her to pawn, so she seems pretty happy. And she lives here in the cabinet on a new trellis. I just made her when I switched her to the pawn. But she's doing really well. Over here in pawn, this is actually the Choose a Pawn, and this is the Choose a Pawn as well. This is not my DIY mix. I have Hoya Illegorium. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. And this was just the two leaves when I got it. It did have this vine, but it was just the two leaves. These two leaves sprouted in my care, and it's getting two more. I don't know if you can see that little growth point in there. But yeah, so I just transferred this guy to pawn as well, and he seems to really be loving it. He was in my cabinet downstairs. All these so far were in my cabinet downstairs, and he's doing really, really well with the transfer to pawn. His leaves have some sun stressing on them. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, he's really happy. Okay. And back here, I have, I dropped a little tag, sorry. Hoya Minderensis. And I got her from Unsolicited Plant Talks. And this baby made me scream when I opened it. Like, for real, I screamed. Because look at this leaf. Look how big and juicy and amazing this leaf is. Like, oh my God, can we even? It's huge. It's huge. It had these 2 leaves coming in when I got it, which have gotten some sun stressing along the edges there. And they're still growing a little bit. And this new tendril has popped out and it's getting 2 more leaves. Oh, can you even? This is the most beautiful, beautiful plant. I love it so much. And this is where he is living for now, in the back on top of the heat mat, getting some love. So yeah, that's where he goes. Begonia just lives in front of him. Okay, and right here we have Hoya Meredithia. And he is also new to pond. I transferred him to pond from soil prior to him going into the cabinet here. And he is sprouting a new leaf. These 2 leaves are also new to my care. And like I said, he's getting a new leaf there. And he is very happy. His leaves are nice and hard and succulent-like, so he must be adapting well to the pond. He is on the heat mat, so it can help him grow some new pond roots. And he's doing well, so we're happy with him. Back here is my baby Meredithia, whatever you want to pronounce it like. I personally like Meredithia, but he is a philodendron, and he has a brand new growth point in the last couple days, right there in the middle, and he's doing really well. He is new to LECA. I just got him in the mail last week, so I transferred him to LECA. He was in a non-soil substrate before, so the transfer shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, he's doing really well back here. Like I said, he's got a new little growth point there in the middle, and he's doing really well. He's happy in here. He's getting all the humidity and the love and the warmth, which is what they love. This is my Hoya and Bracata. It was living in my cabinet downstairs. It's got this growth point that looks like it's gonna bud a little leaf. And this little tendril also has popped out in the past couple weeks. And he's got a little leaf, if you can see, peeking out from under this leaf. So he's doing really well. I need to bring my mister up here because he likes to be misted in the cabinet. So every few days I like to give him a little spritz. This is my Florida Ghost, and she has a couple growth points in there as well. He is also new to my collection and adjusting to LECA, and he is on the heat mat getting all the warmth and humidity, and he is thriving. He's got 2 leaves. He did have 3, but 1 didn't make the trip. It yellowed and fell off, unfortunately. And I'm very, very pleased so far. He's already growing another growth point, and I cannot wait till that pops a leaf out. It's going to be beautiful. I know it is. Back there is my Philodendron Brandtiantum, and a lot of people have problems with this plant. It did have damage when it arrived, so all these damage points are on the plant from before. But it's growing. It's got a little growth point there, and it's growing up top as well. And a lot of people have problems with them getting stuck in their sheaths, just not thriving, dying off leaves. Brandtiantum is one of the philodendrons that you just cannot get away without giving it really good humidity. If you don't give it all the humidity it needs, it's just not going to really thrive for you very much. I mean, I suppose it can get used to room humidity, but it's not going to grow like it would in here. So if you have a Brandtiantum and it's not doing well, give it a lot of humidity. Put it right next to a humidifier, put it in a cabinet if you have one. It'll do so much better. This baby is a struggler. He's on the struggle bus. He's been on the struggle bus. This is my Hoya Illegorium, and I got him as an import, and he's just not been happy. I finally put him in cocoa husks and gave him lots of water, hoping that would help, but we'll see what happens. He's kind of hanging in there. Hoyas are very robust. They can tolerate a lot of different conditions and pull through. So as long as he starts growing some roots, he will pull through. His leaves are still nice and green. I'm definitely not concerned too much yet. but I am keeping an eye on him and making sure he stays moist so that he'll grow some roots. Okay, this one is one of my pride and joys. Look at that beast. Like, seriously, it's beautiful. Look at that guy. Let me see if I can get him out of here so we can take a proper look. Okay, this is my Hoya Illegorium, well, previously known as Illegorium. It is now known as Hoya Patcharolawiae. Here's the tag. I'm just rubbish at pronouncing some of these, I'm so sorry. But look at this, look at this. It had this leaf and then like 2 leaves here when I got it. Like, no, it's a new one. It had this leaf, and this leaf, I believe, and this leaf. It's gotten all 3 of these crown leaves in, and it's got another tendril that's getting ready to pop out some more leaves. This put baby I've had to repot already. Her roots were growing out of the pot. If I can find the picture, which I'm sure I can, I'll put it here somewhere. But I recently repotted her, so she is ready to go for the spring and can now grow uninhibited because she's got brand new pond, a bigger pot. She's thriving. Her roots were down into the reservoir in a major way. So she definitely needed a repotting, and she's doing really well. So that is what I have currently on my lower shelf. And I love the aesthetics. It's beautiful. Everything is doing so well. These cabinets, I mean, they're pricey, but man, you cannot beat them for the love and care it gives your plants. Like, for real, you cannot beat it. Highly recommend a Milsbo build. Really do. Okay, so let's go up to our top shelf here. And we're gonna just move this out of the way. Okay, this is my Hoya Sulawesi GPS 8867. And he's living his best life also in the cocoa husks. I recently watered her, so she's doing really good. And she's got some beautiful foliage, you guys. Like, oh my God, can you believe it? Look at those veins. Look at those veins, like, for real. It's just gorgeous. And she's got a new leaf coming in down there. See that? Like, it's just gorgeous. Highly recommend putting your plants in cocoa husks. Hoyas in particular thrive. I definitely recommend that for your Hoyas. I have a video on cocoa husks as a substrate that I definitely will link so that you guys can check that out. But I swear by them. They're amazing as a substrate for your Hoyas. Your plants really do thrive in them, and they're very low care and low maintenance. Sorry, I'm picking stuff up off the glass that I'm seeing and getting it off there because I'm a clean freak and I can't help myself. Back here is my beautiful Sinbad Begonia. This is an old leaf that will probably fall off soon. I have actually quite a bit of leaves in here that are probably ready to kick the bucket anytime. But that's okay because it's just making room for new growth. Look at this leaf. Can we talk about how beautiful these leaves are? Like, look at this. It's flowering like mad. It loves it in this cabinet. Like, it really does. I think in this corner it might be getting a little too dim of a light source. I might try and move it over to where it has more light, if I'm being honest. I think that back corner back there where those other leaves are is just too dark for it. But we'll deal with that later. Here I have a propagation. I believe this is Marble Queen or something. I'm not sure. I got it in a trade. It's definitely getting some good roots since being in the cabinet. But I had the room, so I thought, why not stick some props in here? It got this new leaf, being a propagation. I don't see any other pregnant stems currently. But yeah, this is a propagation that I stuck in here for some love. This is my Hoya SP MPR IML 1866. And it's doing really well. It's happy in the cabinet. It's got some gorgeous veining on those leaves. Look at that. And it's just a bunch of cuttings stuck into this little cup, and it's doing its best, I can tell you. It's got, look at all those aerial roots. I don't know if you can see. Look at all those aerial roots inside the clip. It's doing really, really well. And eventually I will put this in pon, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet, and it's happy in its little cup, so no need to rush. It might need a little bit of water soon though. This is my Hoya Minderensis. Now I've done a video on this guy as well in my St. Patrick's Lucky Plants video. I will link that up below above if you want to see a video about this plant in particular, but it almost died. I ended up with two little stumps, and look at that sun stress. Ugh. It's got this nice long tendril now. It's got a tendril coming out here. It's just a really pretty plant. This is a new leaf that hasn't hardened yet. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Can't say enough about that, but I have done a video on that plant. So if you'd like to watch, learn more about that plant, definitely take a look at that video. Here is another propagation. It is a Maranta Lemon Lime. I kind of fell out of love with the mother plant, so I traded it to a local plant mama. And I did take some cuttings off of it before I traded it, because I thought I would personally enjoy a smaller version of the plant a lot more, even because the leaves are striking. Look how beautiful those leaves are. Like, the markings are just, oh my god, look at that. Look at that dark green and the light green and the veins, and you can't not love. I mean, love. But the big plant just wasn't doing it for me. Like, it was not, I was not loving it. So I thought a smaller plant would be better for me, take up less space. So I traded the mother plant, and I kept some cuttings off of it to make myself a small plant. This is one jar of cuttings that I have. I have another jar of an equal size with cuttings that will become one big plant, or one smaller plant rather, smaller than I had. This is my Hoya Meredithia. It was this leaf and this leaf when I got it. It's also new to pon, and it seems to be pretty happy. These two leaves are new. Look at the sun stress. Look at that. Oh, sun stressing is so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. You can't go wrong with it, I'm telling you. And it's just a beautiful plant. It again is getting used to leca, or I'm sorry, pon. And this is lechuza pon. It's not my DIY mix. I'm kind of out of that, so I'm dipping into my lechuza pon. And it's happy, so we're happy too. Okay, this is my silver dragon. And it is doing so good, and it's loving life, and it's happy in the cabinet. It did have 3 leaves when I got it, and one broke off during the repotting into a better substrate. But as you can see, it is very pregnant and very ready to pop a new leaf. I would expect this to unravel in a couple days, and I would be lying if I told you I wasn't super excited to see how big this leaf ends up being. Because these are just little baby leaves. It's mostly just a seedling, and I don't mind waiting for it to grow. But oh my god, I cannot wait to see how big this leaf potentially will be. But that is my silver sword, and it lives here in my cabinet. It was in the downstairs cabinet before. Okay, this is my Hoya Vitaliana. This leaf was the only leaf it had when I got it, and I didn't know about the damage when I bought it. And it's put out this beautiful sun stressy, splashy leaf. Look at that beautiful sun splashing. Look at that. It's bright pink, by the way, which is friggin' awesome. And it's got some growth points in the back. Let's see if I can get it to focus on the growth points. It's not going to focus because it hates me. But yeah, that is that is it there. And it's a very easy care plant. It is also getting used to pon. I moved a lot of things into pon when I went into this cabinet. A lot of things were smushed into my other cabinet and didn't have room. So I didn't have room for bigger pots of pon. But now that I have the room, I'm transferring all the things into pon. This is one of my favorite Hoyas. This is my Parasitica AH175. And the reason it's one of my favorites is because of the splash and the big, thick, chunky leaves. Look at that pink splash, you guys. It's just gorgeous. It's just the most beautiful leaf. Like, how can you go wrong with that big, bright pink splash? It's got a nice tendril growing. And I'm hoping some leaves will start coming out of it soon. Looks like some little leaves are budding up on the nodes. But it's beautiful, and I definitely want to put this into pon soon. Look at all those roots. The roots are amazing. Okay, so that's my Parasitica AH75. This honkin' beast, I'm not even going to try and take out of here. So we're just going to do our best. But this is my Hoya Jennifer. It's getting a new leaf back there. And I hope this is in focus because I can't really see what you see due to the angle. But yeah, my Hoya Jennifer. This is two plants I got that I kind of stuck together. It's got this long stick over here with another leaf. And it is acclimating to LECA currently. And doing very well. It's never really seemed to struggle. This leaf back here is new. Its newest leaf, and it's happy. And like I said, it's got a new leaf coming in. Doing really well. Absolutely beautiful. And over here, I have my Hoya Finlaysonii Nova. So this is my Nova Finlaysonii, and it's beautiful. This is a new leaf. That's an old leaf. This is a new leaf. It's still hardening, and it's got a tendril. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Let me get the tag so you can see. Hoya Finlaysonii Nova. Gorgeous. This plant back here, I would be lying if I didn't tell you I can't remember the name of it. It is a Hoya, and I will put the name on the screen when I find it because I left the tag on my sink when I watered it. But it is adjusting to LECA, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got all the aerial roots coming in. It's growing like a weed. All those aerial roots, and it is the biggest, thickest, like chunkiest. Like, they're so hard. Like, I can't even try to taco test them. They are so hard and stiff, and that is just so satisfying. He lives in the back corner of the cabinet and apparently is very happy back there because he's basically singing a giant song here. It's in the best condition. This was a very healthy plant when I got it. You can kind of see a root. I don't know if you can see it in there. Right where my thumb is, but there's a root poking. There's a root peeking. So he's happy in here. I mean, what plant wouldn't be happy in 80-degree weather with 80% humidity? Show me a plant, a humidity-loving plant anyway, that wouldn't love these conditions. I just highly recommend it for your Hoyas. I know Hoyas can adapt to room humidity and thrive, and I have several Hoyas in room humidity who are thriving, but you cannot beat the care that you get with these cabinets for your plants. Like, it's just amazing. Absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at that Florida ghost. Ugh, and that billy tie, or billy tie, however you want to call it. Yep, that's my cabinet. I come in here once a weekish to kind of check water levels. I'll eyeball them through the cabinet doors periodically. But I come in about once a week and I top off water levels, water the plants that are in dirt. And this is pretty much it. I guess we can go ahead and talk about the plants that are on top since we're doing this thing. I had this one in my bathroom. This is a Monstera Addisonii Narrow-form, and it was obviously not getting enough light. Look how leggy it is. I'll probably end up chopping this guy. But he was starting to get a little yellow and caloric, so I fertilized him and brought him out here. I have a lamp with a grow light. I don't want to blind you, so I won't put the grow light in the frame, but I have a lamp here with a grow light in it. This is my Trebii Moonlight, Scindapsus Trebii Moonlight, and it's got a new leaf coming out here. It did come to me damaged from Costa Farms because of the weather. It had a lot of cold damage, but it's healing and it's putting out leaves, so it's going to be big and beautiful before the end of the summer. You watch. I have my Emerald Ripple Peperomia that has a lot of new growth coming in, little babies in there. So she's doing her best. She's a rehab. She basically went down to a stump and I'm trying to bring it back, and it's doing pretty well. And then I have my Begonia back here. This is also Costa Farms. It's got a lot of new growth coming in, and it's happy, and I'm definitely going to put some more things. I have a Philodendron Golden Dragon on the way that I'm going to probably put up here to give more light and stuff too. And yeah, that's my cabinet, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too shaky. I'm really sorry if it was, but sometimes I just can't help how weak my hands get. But yeah, this is absolutely the best part of my bedroom now. Like, I love it so much. And I will definitely do a tour of the bottom one that I have downstairs where even more Hoyas reside. It's actually nothing but Hoyas in that cabinet. But I'm going to wait till some other things come in the mail so that I can give you a more comprehensive tour. And if I add anything up here, I'll do a little update. And we'll do growth updates. This was a lot of fun. I'm definitely glad I was able to give you a little tour of my bedroom Milsbo. There it is in all its glory. And I love it so much, you guys. Best investment ever. They're pricey, but they are so worth it for the care of my plants. Highly recommend if you're on the fence. And I really appreciate you joining me today, guys. Go ahead and, if you like me, you would like to see more content, if you'd like to see how I expand my collection, the things I do to keep my collection in top shape, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate you joining my family, and I appreciate you watching this and giving me all the support. I'm on Instagram, and I'm very active on there. Filming days can get a little rocky, but for the most part, I'm pretty active on there. So go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. My account is linked in the description box down below. I try to answer everyone who talks to me, and I do the same here in the comments on YouTube. And I appreciate all of you. I hope you guys get to have a great rest of your day, and you get to spend some of that day with your plants. Have a great day.